My name is Holly Fogel, and I would like to give you my opinion and my thoughts on the Momentum program. If you're watching this, it's because your office is probably tapping into this powerful program, and I'm here to hopefully inspire you and give you a full background, if you will, on what the Momentum program is all about. So I'm going to take the next few minutes to give you my thoughts. And I have three different ways that I'm going to approach why I'm so passionate about momentum, and I'll tell you that at the end. The first thing I'd like to say is the short answer about what is momentum is it's a complete agent development program. And a lot of people are like, what does that mean? Well, really, we have things that are out there that a lot of offices offer, which is called training. And training is just one level. So Momentum actually wraps training within 6 other levels. So that's what you get with the complete agent development program. It's also transformational. I have seen this program, when implemented and the material is sparred with, completely transform offices, brokers, and agents alike. So my passion level gets higher and higher every time I'm surrounded by people that are starting to entrench themselves in the material, and actually they're becoming a different person. Their business is looking very different. Their energy is up. The amount of work that they do is actually lower, but their outcome is higher. Their production is higher. They're becoming very systemized, very organized, and very vital. So when I'm able to see this in place, I get really excited about it. And for anybody that knows me, and you know my handle on Facebook, it's Holly Lead Street Fogel, because when I get behind something that I believe in and I see results in, I become very passionate about it, which is why I continue to be extremely passionate about the Reliance product and Lead Street. But I'll leave that for another webinar. So back to Momentum. Momentum is comprised of 13 core courses. And what I love about it is it's pretty basic. But what happens is you need to study, practice, put into action, and repeat and review this material over and over again because it's very heavy on the dialogue side. It's really about changing how you communicate, how you articulate your value in the marketplace, and ultimately the service level that you provide to your clients to increase your referrals, to run more like a business, to be a higher level professional in the industry, which will increase your referrals. So we have lead generation courses, and I love that. It all starts with lead generation. The very first thing in your vital activities checklist is to find a buyer or find a seller. And you have to have the tools and the skill set and the conversion skills to be able to take those opportunities that you generate and make a win, get a win out of those. So it really runs around a full business model, your entire business model. Generate the lead, attract them to want to work with you, service the lead, and then get more leads from that. So it goes through the lead generation, lead conversion, and then the business modules. So it is a full circle, all-encompassing program that can completely transform your life. It's not a once and done. You don't take the classes and then you're like, okay, I already took the listing conversion, so I don't have to go back again. It's really not about that. It's about mastering the material. And as Malcolm Gladwell said, it takes about 10,000 hours to really master anything. And that's roughly about 5 years. So when I get with agents, I'm looking at what's your 5-year plan? It's going to take you 5 years to master whatever you're going to attempt to do right now. So you should always be looking at your business in 5-year increments. And this really falls in line with how momentum will start to seep into who you are, your DNA. You'll start speaking a different language. The program is trademarked and licensed. It's only available to RE/MAX brokerages. So you have such an unfair advantage in the marketplace, a competitive advantage that I highly recommend that you tap into. When you start using the 7-step pricing strategy, and you start taking people through the listing conversion process and the buyer conversion process, and using things like I have a proactive and intentional approach that helps my clients not only find the home that they want, but more importantly, love the home they get. When you start speaking this different language and presenting successful seller sheets and rejected by the market sheets and direct competition sheets instead of a CMA like all the other typical agents, When you start to differentiate yourself, people notice. And that's what's starting to happen in the marketplace. People are noticing our agents are speaking a different language. They're providing a different service. They're running a different business. And it is so exciting to me. And the reason I'm so passionate is, I'll tell you 3 reasons that I am fully behind Momentum. I'm trying to change my Facebook handle from Holly Lead Street Fogel to Holly Momentum Fogel. I'm working on that. But it's threefold. I started with RE/MAX in 1998, and I was a behind-the-scenes person for a very successful team, and then decided to get my own license and start my own selling career in 2001, staying with the same office that I have been with ever since. I love RE/MAX. I am completely entrenched in all things RE/MAX. I have learned every tool inside and out. I have CE classes around all the RE/MAX tools. I love this company. I love what it stands for. I love all the things that they bring to us and how we can differentiate ourselves in the marketplace with all our tools. Now, with Momentum, coupled with all of our tools, there's no stopping a RE/MAX agent that understands how to leverage this. And that's where I come in. So when I look at the Momentum program, I stopped selling in 2010. So I look back and think about my career and think about the skills that I had and how I serviced my clients. I feel like I did a good job. But when I see this material and I see what these agents have access to, I immediately flip right back into realtor mode, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have been amazing. I could have had an unbelievable career. I actually think I probably never would have stopped selling if I'd had access to this material, implemented it, studied it, practiced it, put it into action, reviewed, repeat, got better and better. I'd probably be a gazillionaire. And that's part of my passion, and it comes out when I'm training the material, because now I teach the agent development courses, and it's from the passion of the fact that I know how good I could have been. And I know how good these agents are now as they take this material and they run with it. And it's not easy. It's a process. I'm going into my 3rd year of teaching this material, and I'm getting better and better and more passionate because I'm seeing the results. I'm seeing the wins. I'm getting the emails and the texts and the videos and the bonbons and the, oh my gosh, I used the pricing strategy and it was such a win. I used the my role, your role, and it just worked perfectly. They totally, agreed, and they loved it. And I gained agreement on my marketing exposure plan. They're talking the talk, they're walking the walk, and they're living a very different life than most of the realtors that are out in the marketplace. Momentum will take you from being typical to being unique, powerful, profitable, and extremely just well-versed in everything that you offer your clients. It gets you from being busy to being vital, from being unproductive to being productive. And again, from the fact that I sold real estate and see what I could have been. I mean, half the time I'm like, I want to go sell. No, I want to train. I want to go sell. I'm like a psycho person going back and forth, split personalities. And that comes from watching people transform their lives. The second reason I'm so passionate, and I think I had a very unfair advantage, I must say, I was exposed to the material directly from the creator, David Scott. So when you are listening to this material and you're listening to the mind that created it and how he implemented it in real life, and you have access to be able to ask questions, real life questions about, well, how can we use this here? And we don't use square footage, and some of the terminology is different. When you have access to someone who lived it, who breathed it, who created it, who's very passionate about it, it's a very big advantage. That passion, that expertise, those real life examples are so empowering to the people that hear it from David. And then you're inspired and you're motivated and you're excited because you're now hearing it on such a different level. So to hear Momentum twice from David Scott, go through Momentum 2.0 twice from David Scott, take Momentum through RE/MAX University, listening to the tapes. I've listened to the Agent Development Series. I'm surprised it still plays on my computer through RE/MAX University. I used to have just absorbing the material so that I could then bring it to the classroom. I just have it on a continual feed, just listening to the material, and it's unbelievable. So that's the second reason. And then the third reason really is what I'm seeing now, having the unique ability to bring these agent development courses to multiple offices has been truly transformational for me from a director of agent development standpoint and an entrepreneur and a coach and a mentor and a helper. I'm able to take everyone's input, all the feedback from different areas of the market and the country, and take all that feedback and just get better and better at presenting the course material to classes coming forward. So I'm understanding where the roadblocks are. A lot of the course material has supplemental material that really, unless the agent creates it and uses it and has it branded, they might not be taking full advantage, like the My Role, Your Role, the buyer criteria sheets. We have a bunch of stuff. The vital activities checklist. I've created those now where agents can go and it's editable and they can make it their own, so they take ownership. I've created so many of the supplemental material that agents are feeling more compelled and they're more excited to implement it because I've already given them the starting point. So my level just to be able to present it has changed. So between being an agent and understanding it from the sales side, having learned the material directly from David Scott, who created it and whose passion level is amazing, and then being a director of agent development and being able to bring it out to multiple areas and getting feedback from people I don't know has just been tremendous. So I hope that this has inspired you to want to take vital action to find out more about momentum. Tap into it, dig in, let the material seep in, study it, practice it. I promise you, it won't be overnight, but it will happen. Your life will change.